does the day find you, fellow Arisens? Hopefully in good stead. Yes. Anyway, I'm back with Dragon's Dogma, and this video is about death. Now, as you're going through Bitter Black Isle, death is just going to randomly spawn, completely decimate your freaking team. You know, it takes away all your pawns, and if they've got lanterns on them and stuff, you might lose them. Yeah, here he is. He's just in the freaking chip. What? Why is he here? So he turns up normally after you've used a lot of your health, or you've just encountered a massive wave of enemies, so you've got hardly any stamina, and you're completely unawares that he's going to come round the corner with his freaking lantern and kill all your freaking pawns. Git bag is death. However, you can take the battle to death. You can have this battle on your own terms. Heck yes you can. I'm going to show you exactly how you do that. But whenever death appears anyway, try to do as much damage as you can to the freaking Git, because hopefully his actual life force, his health bar, is going to remain where you've got it down to. So when he appears, don't just leg it. Just try and do as much damage as you can. Yes, you're going to lose your pawns, and yes, you might lose what's on them. I mean, make the decision. If you know that your pawns have been picking up a shed load of stuff, or you've been putting all your stuff on them, yeah, run like the freaking wind. Get yourself out of there. Keep calling your pawns so they keep up with you, and get away from him. However, try and do as much damage otherwise, because that damage is going to remain there, and then you can actually take the actual battle to death. So at the moment he's killed all my pawns. I'm hammering him with these magical arrows because he's appeared in a freaking corridor. You see there I put on a load of damage amplifiers as well to try and do as much damage as I can, which is the advice that I'm giving you, to try and do as much as you can to death. Keep a fair distance from him when you're on your own like this, because his scythe has a freaking long range on it, and it can take you out just like it does your pawns in a roundabout way. You can still use a wake stone though and come back from that, which is pretty darn cool. He's also going to put you to sleep quite often, so if you've got something to arouse you from sleep, that's probably a good thing to have with you. So yeah, you need a couple of things like that, because he will hit you with it. You can get some buffs that stop you from getting deliberations or whatever they are for a period of time. Now I like to bring a load of liquid vim with me. However, I haven't got any liquid vim at the moment, but liquid vim, I have got a video on how you can make liquid vim. I'll put it up in the top right hand corner, because yes, it's really handy. That stops your stamina from actually going down for a while. So yeah, you can buff yourself up, slap that on, and freaking do swaves of damage to death. Righto! Now normally I would have used my magic rebalancer, but because he just came round the freaking corner and I didn't have time, I would have used that and I could have done a heck of a load more damage. Anyhow, this is how you can take the battle to death. So go and speak to this little chap over there, Baroch, or however you pronounce that. He sells rancid meat. Rancid bait meat, I should say. Rancid bait meat. So yeah, get that. He's usually got about 3 or 4 for sale anyway, but I'm going to buy some off of him. Yes, I'm going to have all your rancid bait meat. Thank you very much for your rancidness. Now, the rancid bait meat, basically, you put that down and it's going to lure in some bigger, nastier enemies. There is an area that always spawns death. Now, this is where I need to give credit where credit's due to the person that I saw this video from. So I put a card up in the top right-hand corner to their video, so thank you very much, because this worked a treat. So this is me testing it, okay? So I don't buff myself like a moron. So save your game. And then, hopefully you've got the Death Blane, or whatever it's called. What's it called? Yeah, God's Bane, sorry, the God's Bane. The God's Bane, you hold that, stab yourself with it, so it kills you. Now, if you've got wake stones, say no. Say no at that point, okay? So here we go. This is the point I'm on about. Go to no. Select no and hit retry. You've just saved your game before you stabbed yourself. That'll take you straight back to the previous save, which was just before you stabbed yourself. I mean, this is how you pretty much randomize the chest, or try to get a better drop in a chest, yeah? So, here we go. Now, all I need to do is put down that rancid bait meat that I got from Baroch. There we go, we'll stick it there. And this should call him death. Oh, it frickin' worked! So, yeah, that person I just gave thanks to and put the card up to, thank you very much. It worked pretty nice. Thanking you. So here we go. I'm firing these little arrows into him. Take this, yeah. How does the morning find you, deaf? Yeah, so I'm slapping him about with some freaking magical arrows. And now I decide to buff myself, but I only have a chance to do it once because he's got his beady little eye on me now. Look, that's the freaking move that he's going to do to try and kill you. get a good distance. I was inches away from getting killed then, people. But what I thought is I'd lure him into a tunnel, and then hopefully my magical arrows are going to bounce all over the place, you know, the ricochet, and I'm going to do a load of damage. The only trouble is I can't see his top half, so I can't see when he's going to do certain moves anymore. So he actually gets the better of me in that situation, and I ended up using 2 wake stones, which takes up a lot of time to respawn in, and then I lost my buffs. Not a clever idea, Captain Steve. Don't try and cheese him into a corridor when you can't see him. So after you do manage to get him to disappear and he evaporates, you can't just put down more bait meat and call him back in again. It doesn't work. You have to leave the area. Now I find if you run all the way back up to here, interact with the pawn stone and get your pawns back, because they're probably dead at this point. But if they're not, you know, you maybe swap your pawns out or something. But you have to go and leave the area and then go all the way back again and do those steps. Now, Barrock only sold me 3 tainted bait meat things, yeah, rancid bait meats. So I had to go into my storage and grab a few more. I had quite a lot, actually. I think you just get it as you're running Bitter Black anyhow. So yeah, I've got a fair bit. So I may take a few more with me. I've taken a few sort of buff sort of pendants as well, just in case I don't get a chance to do the magic rebalancer. Or if he does manage to kill me, at least I can pop a couple of talismans and do it that way. But this time, I figure, well, what I'm going to do this time, now that I know that it definitely works, is I'm going to buff myself first before the fight, which is a great idea. However, this time I didn't have any mushrooms with me. So yeah, maybe go Grand Sword and get a load of stuff that's going to boost your stamina, because Barrock doesn't sell much that boosts your stamina, or at least it doesn't for me anyway. So here we go, I've made a save. Now I'm going to stabbity-stab myself. Yes, don't try this at home. Well, actually, I'm just saying try this at home, but in-game, not in life. It doesn't work in life. Yeah, anyhow, here we go. Let's go to a no. Awesome. And retry again, just like I did last time. And this time, I'm going to buff before I go into the battle. So I'm going to do my magic rebalancer. So here we go. Let's call all my chappies closer to me. And we're going to do that, I guess. Aha. So, yep, it is the rancid bait meat that I need to put down. But first I want to make sure that I'm pretty much ready for this battle. Okay, maybe this isn't the time that I actually buffed myself. Okay, yes, this is it. I'm going to do it here. So I'm buffing myself now. Now, he doesn't actually appear while I'm standing in this doorway for some reason. I think I have to walk back over where the rancid bait meat is, and then he appears. I was trying to get him in this little alcove, and I was going to go down those steps. So at the moment, I'm like, why did it not work? And then it does. Yeah, so, yeah, just keep that in mind. You have to be in the courtyardy area where you put the bait meat before he actually goes, oh, bait meat, yum, yum. Anyway, here he is. So I'm pelting him with my ricochet right now. And I figure, well, you know, I know I've upped my actual magic ability, but let's just pop 4 of these anyway. I don't think it's actually done anything. I don't think you can pop it any higher than it already is. So maybe I'm wasting these. But yeah, here we go. Let's just do it anyhow. And yeah, I'm just going to shoot the shite out of him and hopefully get his actual energy right down to very much 0. So yeah, sadly, he moved out of the blinking alcove, so now I'm not doing as much damage. So I tried to lure him back in with one of these 6-fold bolts. They don't do much damage, the 6-fold bolt. I need my wizard band and wizard ring. Hopefully one day I'm going to be lucky enough to get one, or both. Heck yes, that'd be nice. But you can see here, I've run out of stamina now. I used something to try and get some more stamina, and it actually made me worse off. Shite and biscuits. So now I need to cure that. For fuck's sake, I need some mushrooms. What a pleb. I didn't come in here properly prepared. So, you know what, I'm going to probably warp over to Grand Soren after this, grab a load of mushrooms and come back again. Because that counts as leaving the area as well. So you know that I ran all the way back to the freaking pawnstone thing or whatever it is, the rift stone. Yeah. No, you can just use your ferry stone and ferry yourself back there, or you can use it, you know, get out of Bitter Black, go back to Grand Soren, get some preservatives or curatives, whatever you want to call them, and come back here, or go to your favourite shop, whatever. You can go grab yourself some giant fish and mix them with some mushrooms and grab yourself some vim or whatever. But yeah, there's all sorts you can do. So anyway, I'm back again. I've gone to Grand Soren, I've got myself some mushrooms, and yeah, we're all good to go. We're ready to do this again, so I've just made another save. And yes, I've got my rancid bait meat, so now I just need to stabbity-stab myself dead. Pow! Goodbye, cruel world. Oh, yeah, brilliant. There we go. And there we go. Good to know. And just before, and then we hit and retry. And hopefully, this is going to be the last time that I have to encounter death in this sort of way. But I would say though, Chums, after you kill him, and you think, okay, maybe I might get a bit of respite from death. No, you don't. No, he reappears. It reappears. Yeah, usually in the sewer area, though. Not so often, not as frequent in just normal corridors as you're walking around. But yeah, in the sewer area, where he usually is, he's there. He's freaking there. Yeah. So you can always go and weaken him there. And what I do find with the magical archer is because your arrows bounce all over the place in the sewer, you can go quite a distance from him and still just fire down into a corridor, and the arrows will find him. So you can do quite a lot of damage without having to worry about him finding you. But it's probably better to go there solo, because by the time you got all the way through the sewer, your actual pawns have picked up shed loads of stuff. And yeah, he will kill them, and you might lose some of that stuff. So yeah, completely up to you. But here we go. I've now just called him in using that method. So yeah, and he's in the alcove, and I'm going to fire my ricochet at him. I should have popped one of those rings that gives me double XP. I wasn't quite quick enough. I didn't realise just how quickly I was going to kill him. I mean, look at that. Yeah, and I'm already halfway through the animation. Boom, he's dead. I could have doubled that XP gain, people, which would have been freaking lovely, because I go up quite a few levels. There's a lot of XP that Death's going to drop in, which is quite nice. Heck yes. And there's quite a lot of freaking loot that you're going to get from him, and a lot of this stuff is required for rarefying. And it pops a trophy when you actually kill Death. Now, I had a mission from the notice boards to kill Death as well, and cheat Death or whatever. But, yeah, I actually get given some bonus loot because I completed a mission on top of this, and some bonus XP there, people. So, I got these. Yes, very nice. Boots of Shadow. Freaking lovely. Heck yes. I'm going to equip them. Heck yes. They're freaking awesome. The Boots of Shadow. Lovely job. So anyway, people, that's pretty much that. I'm going to be ending off now, but thank you very much for your time in watching. Goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe. And I'd like to say a massive, great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers. And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.